In this video, I'm going to go over the cost of living in Cancun, Mexico. So Cancun is quite a large city. There's the hotel zone, which runs 22 to 23 kilometers long. There's Puerto Cancun, and above that, there's Costa Mujeres. And it also expands a lot inland. So it's a city of just under 1 million people. And therefore, it's got cheaper areas and a lot more expensive areas because of the tourism. So I found that it's got two prices. It's got a locals price and it's got a tourist price. The tourist price is obviously in the hotel zone, and the locals price is obviously downtown and basically the city of Cancun. So if you're looking for more of a locals price, I suggest that you check out downtown Cancun and the surrounding areas. So first I'm going to go over rental prices. So for a studio apartment, you're looking at about 7,000 to 8,000 pesos. Right now, the peso is at 18.5 to American dollar, which is about $450. So a 1 to 2 bedroom can go anywhere from about 12,000 pesos to 25,000 pesos, obviously dependent on the area and the amenities that come with the building. That's about $750 to $1,400. So if you've got deep pockets and you're looking for a place to rent that's definitely something you're going to want to brag about, then you'd want to live in either Puerto Cancun or the hotel zone. Now rents there can go anywhere from $22,000 to $30,000 and beyond. Now, if you're interested in buying property, I created a more detailed video with Tony Martinez right up here on the Cancun real estate market for 2025. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into utilities and internet, which are very, very important. You're gonna need power, water, and internet if you're planning on working online like I do. So all electricity is through Mexico's CFE system. It's a progressive electricity rate system. So homes which are not using a lot of electricity are subsidized, and homes that are using a lot of electricity obviously pay more. And then there's also the DAC rate, which is the DAC rate. Now it's really hard to find information on this, but I have heard a lot of people talking about it in Playa del Carmen. Now this rate is primarily for people using a lot of electricity or foreigners. And that rate is primarily in the more luxurious areas of, say, Puerto Cancun, hotel zone, etc. Your price can really fluctuate depending on how much AC you're using. I just spent the summer in Cancun and you're running AC almost every day. The price can average anywhere from $40 to $120 a month. Water and gas can go anywhere from $15 to $30 a month. Now here's a real kicker. Internet can go anywhere from $25 to $50. Now back home in Canada, it was easily $100 to $150 for a really good fiber internet. Down here is a different story. And you have to keep in mind that you have coastal maintenance costs. This is from the salt in the air, the humidity. It can really destroy your home. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into groceries and eating out. So in Latin America, Mexico, Cancun, there's a lot of different grocery store types. For me, I prefer to go to local markets like a Mercado 28 or any Mercado for that matter. It's a local market specializing in produce and meats. Now, I don't always go because I don't have the free time to go, but when I do, I definitely stock up. It's considerably less expensive than the chain grocery stores. And obviously Cancun has the chain grocery stores, supermarkets or supermercados, like the Chedraui Selecto, the Soriana, and even the Walmart. And you can find these scattered throughout Cancun in different areas. The Chedraui Selecto is a much more high-end experience. It has a lot of those import foods that you're going to get from the United States and Canada. And these obviously come with a bit of a price tag, but you can also do a lot of budget shopping. So usually what I do is I mix it up. I do the Mercado for local produce and meats, and then I'll go to like Walmart or Soriana. Chedraui Selecto is a lot more expensive. It carries a lot of the import goods. So if I'm looking for something that I can't get in Mexico usually, but I can get it at Chedraui Selecto, then I'll go there and get it. But I'm not doing a full grocery shop at Chedraui Selecto. So doing that, my grocery bill is around about $150. Now, if you're doing all of your grocery shopping at Chedraui Selecto, then you can expect to pay about $300 a month. Okay, so now the fun part, dining out. So who doesn't like tacos? After all, you're in Mexico. Sometimes you can find tacos for $1 to $2 or a full plate for $7 to $15, obviously dependent on your location. And you can find a lot of these in downtown Cancun and the surrounding areas. Now, if you're looking for more of a mid-range meal, a nice sit-down dinner, not too expensive, you can expect to pay anywhere between $30 and $50 for that. Those are usually in the hotel zone, so obviously they come with more of a tourist price. So if you're coming to Cancun and you have deep pockets, then there is a list of upscale dining spots that you can go to. Average price is about $60 to $100 per person, and you can get an amazing experience for that. Now, $100 for a luxury dinner compared to what you're gonna get back in Canada or the United States is quite the steal, because it is a crazy experience with a ton of food, and some of these restaurants are even Michelin star type restaurants. So as I said before, downtown, surrounding areas, street food, etc. can go anywhere from $7 to $15. Now, if you're going to the hotel zone, it can go up from there. It can go anywhere from $30 to $100 per person, depending on what type of food you're looking for. So now I come to transportation. If you're looking to catch the bus or the colectivo, it's anywhere from 30 to 50 cents. There's also the taxis, and I'm sure you've seen them in the news. It's about the same price to go from the airport to the hotel zone or airport to downtown Cancun as you would pay at home. It's about $30 to $60 depending on the driver, the time of day, etc. And also if you're doing a private ride or a shared ride to go from airport to the hotel zone, depending on obviously where you are on the hotel zone. But then it's also about the same price to go to downtown Cancun, maybe a little bit cheaper because it is a little bit closer, but obviously it depends on traffic. The thing about the taxis here is there's no meter. So you have to agree on a price before you get in. I'll tell you again, agree on a price before you get in. It could be way beyond what you expected or what I'm telling you in this video. So please agree on a price before or book it beforehand. If you know you're going to the airport or if you know you're coming, book a transportation, book a shuttle, share it with a bunch of people. It definitely knocks down your price. Now, if you're looking to get around the hotel zone, it's considerably cheaper. It ranges anywhere from about 90 pesos to 150 pesos. I haven't seen it go beyond that. 150 pesos is about $8. Now, if you own a car here, obviously it's gonna be a little bit more expensive, give or take about $4.55 a gallon of gas. Then you've obviously got maintenance, insurance, etc., etc. Now, if you're down here for a significant amount of time, you're gonna wanna look at healthcare and insurance. Now, this is amazing. From back home in Canada, I would go to the hospital or I would go to a clinic and I would wait for hours to see somebody. To see a specialist, it might be months to see somebody. Here, I called somebody on WhatsApp and literally 4 hours later, they showed up to my house, did the whole service, wrote a prescription, and the total cost for that was about $50 to $60. I can't remember exactly. Amazing for $50 to $60. Now, obviously you can go to their office and it's considerably cheaper because obviously they're not coming to you. And something like that's gonna be about half of that. So obviously there's a lot of different factors when it comes to insurance. Obviously your age, your health, etc. Now that can be a lot more expensive because obviously insurance companies love to take your money. Can be anywhere from $100 to $300, obviously depending on the type of insurance that you're trying to get. Public healthcare is available, but it's considerably slower. It takes a lot longer. And like I said, you can go to the doctor's office, but you might just be sitting there and waiting, just like I get back home in Canada, but the price is considerably cheaper. Now, lifestyle and entertainment. So I go to the gym 5 times a week and I love being active. I go to a gym called Evolve. They have a location in Cancun. I believe it's in downtown Cancun. I pay $55 a month. Now I can go to any location, that's Tulum, Playa del Carmen, or Cancun. It's more of a premium gym. It's clean, it's modern, everything's fixed all the time. Now there's other gym options as well, and that can range in price. So expect to pay anywhere from $30 to $60 at the most. Now, if you like to go to movies like I do, it's about $5 to $7. Now, if obviously being in Cancun, there's a lot to do. So day trips can range anywhere from about $80 to $150. There's so many different options. You can catch a boat from Costa Mujeres to Isla Mujeres, spend the day there and come back, or just stay on the island on an Airbnb is what I did. You can go to Holbox, another beautiful white sand beaches, crystal clear waters, and everything is right there. Amazing snorkeling in all of these areas as well. Or if you're a diver, there's a lot of those options as well. Then there's obviously paragliding and everything you could possibly imagine on the water. Also locally, there's cenotes. Cenotes are usually free to go to, or can range from 100 to 200 pesos. And then there's obviously a lot of free options as well. If you're in the Cancun's hotel zone, that you can go to the beach, it's white sand beaches, crystal clear waters, and amazing. It's Mexico. Also, Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum have a lot of cultural events. Anytime that they have a holiday, they usually have a giant party. It's free to go to. It's always a hoot. Just be aware of your surroundings. That's all I'm gonna say. There are a couple factors that can come into play that obviously raise the prices or lower the prices. It's season-based. You've got December to April is high season. Usually it's dry season. It's a little bit cooler. You get a ton of tourists, and obviously the prices go up. From April to about July, you get a little bit more sargassum. The prices go down a little bit. It's not as hot. From July to September, it's been stinking hot. I don't suggest it at all. September, October, a little bit of November is hurricane season. The whole year we haven't had any hurricanes. So this is what rainy season looks like. I actually really like this season. Now, total cost. On the lower end, you can get away with usually about $800 to $1,100. On the mid, you can go from $1,100 to $1,800 or maybe $2,000. And from the high, living in the hotel zone, etc., you can go anywhere from up from there. So $2,000 to $3,500, $4,000 and beyond. Just depends on your budget. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, give it a like, let me know what your biggest takeaway was down below, and I'll see you in the next video.